This is Spud here from hits.now.com, coming at you with another quick hit. I've done videos before about arcades, which I'll link below. And lately on the hits.now.com podcast, we've been talking again about arcades back in the 90s and the kind of stuff we grew up with in the arcades. So it got me thinking that it's about time I did a little quick hit about compilation discs. Now, I absolutely love a good compilation disc. I'm a sucker for it. I'll even buy the shit ones. You know, one disc that holds like fucking what? Maybe 20 games. You know, and I've always found this a great way to kind of discover a lot of games that I've never heard of and play a lot of games I haven't played since I was a child. You know, I found a great little gateway into nostalgia, if nothing else. And I thought it's about time we share some of that. So here we go. We'll start off with... This is mostly going to be on PS2, by the way, because PS2 had a heap of these compilation discs, and it was fucking great. So we'll start off with the Midway Arcade Treasures video games. Midway Arcade Treasures, each disc contains in and around 20 old arcade games by Midway, and whatever other kind of name Midway was running under at the time. I got interested in this mainly because it had Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 on it on the second disc. You know, I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan, so I wanted a taste of that. So, grabbed it up and kind of discovered that there was a hell of a lot more in there than I expected. You know, you had stuff like Knack to be played, Rampage Total Destruction was on there. Heaps of games I'd never heard of, Act Rivals, for example. So I went down my way to pick up the other two games as well. Did 2 discs, which includes stuff like, between the lot of them, you've got stuff like Smash TV, Total Carnage, Act Rivals. You know, the list goes on and on. You've got stuff on there like Paperboy. Who the hell doesn't remember playing Paperboy in the early 90s? You know, nobody was ever any good at it, but everybody seemed to own a copy. We all played the shit out of Paperboy. You know, it was great. There are tons and tons of little titles on it. I discovered Root Beer Tapper through this disc, and I love Root Beer Tapper. I play that all fucking day. You know, it was great to see it get a mention in the Wreck-It Ralph movie there as well, because that's where all the video game sprites go for a pint after a long day of kicking the shit out of each other in the arcade. They all go down to tapas for a drink. I love Root Beer Tapper. It's a great game. The Gauntlet games are on there. Badlands is on there. I know it's just Championship Sprint with, or Super Sprint or whichever sprint with guns, but I used to play a hell of a lot of it when I was a kid, so I really enjoyed replaying it. It's a lot of fun. It's a good game, like. You know, so between the 3 of those discs, there is, I'd say 50, maybe 60 games, and there are a lot of little gems in there. You know, there's stuff from the 80s, there's stuff from the early 90s. Fucking Sinistar is buried on there. You know, I Hunger. Great stuff. Well worth checking out. Also, on Capcom side of things, we have Capcom Classics Collection Volumes 1 and 2. Now, I've had Volume 1 for a very long time. I discovered Final Fight through Volume 1. Final Fight I'm a big fan of, but I'd never gotten around to beforehand. I was always kind of Streets of Rage, Gold Max kind of dude. You know, so I had a lot of fun getting into Final Fight, realizing there are actually some depth to be had in Final Fight, unlike a lot of side-scrolling beat-em-ups. You know, it's a cool little game. And, of course, I'm a big Gamma Bomb fan, so I wanted to know what all the fuss was about with that song. But, yeah, you've got your Ghouls and Ghosts, your Ghouls and Goblins, you've got a ton of different Street Fighter 2s on there. You got, 1942, 1943, 1943 Kai. It's well worth checking out. It's a good little disc. Now, I spent a very long time then looking for Capcom Classics Collection at the Tongue Twister, Volume 2, because there were a couple of games on there and I wanted to play too, and it took a long time to track it down, but I ended up getting it. Have it here now, and it's got the original Street Fighter on it, which between all my games, all my consoles, I never had a copy of. So this is the only port of that game I actually have. You know, no, it's not a good game. I know what you're thinking. Is it good? No, it's not shit. But it's still worth having, like, you know what I mean? Of course, that disc has your Super Street Fighter 2 on it as well. You've got Captain Commando and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. It's well worth checking it. Let's see, what else have we got over here? We have a whole heap of Sega discs. Now, Sega brought out a lot of discs on PS2, compilation discs, and they always hit the mark with me. Between the whole lot of them there, you could have your Shinobi titles, all of your Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic Gems is a disc on there that features some really obscure Sonic games, like you've got Sonic the Fighters on there, you've got Sonic CD. The other one, of course, has the original 4 Sonics, including like Sonic Spinball, Sonic Drift, little Game Gear titles like Sonic Chaos. You know, you've got fucking, like I said, you've got your Shinobis, you've got your Golden Axes, everything you might want as far as the Sega fan goes. You've got your fucking, I think Rystar might be on there. Vectorman is on there. Remember Vectorman? You know, brilliant. It was shit, but you gotta play it. You know, it's a great little disc. They've got everything you might want. The only thing they're missing really is Streets of Rage, which you can get on this disc on 360 and PS3. It has all the Streets of Rages added in as well. I think it has in around 40 games on it altogether. Now again, I discovered a lot of games that I'd never really played through these discs. I like the Ooze. I'm a fan of the Ooze. I know it's not a great game, but I like it. I love Altered Beast. Again, I know it's not a great game. Now it's got to be the arcade edition of Altered Beast, but that's buried on there too, and it's fantastic fun. You know. So, between the lot of them, it's got to be about 40 games. You know, maybe more. There's 40 on the Xbox disc alone, never mind the other ones. I know a lot of them are recycled, but that's not the point. You know, that's a hell of a lot of discs, that's a hell of a lot of fun. You know, there's all types, like Comic Zone is in there. You know, tell me you beat Comic Zone. I'm going to tell you you're lying about it. You haven't beat Comic Zone. You know, it's fantastic fun. Lots of fun to be had. Where there's not any fun to be had, on the other hand, is on this collection of Sega titles, which, it's so bad actually, it says on the front, I believe, that there are 9 games, and it says there aren't, there's like 8. Yeah, they're all remakes of old games. So you've got your Space Harrier, you've got your Outrun, what else have you got on there? Your Golden Axe, for example. You know, Virtual Racing, but they're all redone with polygons, and it's disgusting. It's such a bad disc. Avoid at all costs. Avoid like a fucking plague. Instead of that, this one is the one to have, I believe. You know, the Ultimate Mega Drive Collection, probably Ultimate Genesis Collection, depending on where you're watching this video from, but well worth having. Shout out to the Title Legends disc. Now, Title Legends 2, I don't have Title Legends 1, but Title Legends 2 has some great little games that I've never played before. There's a cool little one on there, I can't recall the name of it at the moment, where you play as a monk, a little side-scroller game, a little platformer, a lot of action involved, very, very good stuff. There's a lot of shmups on there. Yeah, you shmup. There's a lot of shoot 'em ups on there that are well worth playing, like Metal Black is absolutely fantastic. Grail is a cool little side-scrolling beat-em-up, which is just completely ridiculous and over the top. Lots and lots of fun to be had. And of course, this one here is also worth giving a shout out, which is the Metal Slug Anthology. Now, if you're a Metal Slug fan like I am, it's a must-have. It's got Metal Slug 1 through 6, including Metal Slug X, so you don't have to play Metal Slug 2. You know, and what more could you want? 6 Metal Slug games on one fucking card? Unlimited credits on all of these discs? You know, there's tons and tons of fun to be had in here. Between the small collection of maybe 10 discs, there's well over 100 games to be played. You know, most of these games as well, they come out at kind of budget prices, reasonable prices. They come out at maybe 30 quid instead of 50. You know what I mean? So, you're getting 20 games a pop for half the price that you pay for one new game. And they're there's hours and hours of crack to be had at each and every one of these. So, yeah, I just love a good arcade game, and if I can bring home 20 of them on a disc, stick it in my PS2, and sit at home playing them, I'm more than happy. If you're interested in old school arcade games like that, we did a series of videos there about a year ago called Insert Coin, which I will link below. I'll also link the podcast where we were talking about arcades in Ireland during the 90s on our last show. I'll link that up below as well. So, till next time, this is Spud from hitstartnow.com, signing off. Good luck. Thanks for watching one about hitstartnow.com Quick Hit. We do these pretty much on a weekly basis. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Of course, you can also check out hitstartnow.com, where we have reviews, previews, interviews, all sorts of views. We also have our now infamous monthly podcast. You can catch up with us on Facebook /hitstartnow or @hitstartnow on Twitter. Thank you very much.